the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on, memories never change.
We are dedicated producers of premium caviar from the Lake District of Eastern Finland. While our passion lies in delivering an exceptional range of delicious caviar, we are also committed to using unique production methods. We are incredibly proud that Karelian caviar has not only become popular with some of the finest restaurants, but has also been recognized as one of the most environmentally friendly caviar brands in the world. Our special indoor farming techniques, born from the expertise of experienced Finnish fish farmers, are key to the creation of our wonderfully fresh and natural tasting caviar. We believe our pure water and the close monitoring of our sturgeon allow us to produce a truly exquisite caviar with a perfect balance of texture, aroma and taste. The sturgeon is a 300 million year old prehistoric animal that has existed since the time of the dinosaurs. There are about 26 species of sturgeon. The largest is the beluga sturgeon, Husso husso, which can live to be 100 years old and weigh over 2 tons. Karelian Caviar farms the Siberian sturgeon, from which burial caviar is produced. The Siberian sturgeon can weigh up to 200 kilograms. It takes these giants between 4 and 6 years to produce roe. The sturgeon has always been hunted for its desirable black gold. Due to overfishing, damming and pollution, the wild sturgeon is now an endangered species. Sturgeon farming is one way of supporting the recovery of sturgeon in the wild. All sturgeon breeding and trade in sturgeon is strictly regulated by international law. CITES ensures that the international trade in sturgeon and caviar does not threaten their survival. Thanks to our recirculated aqua system, the environmental impact to the lake is almost zero, and all waste is treated in a treatment plant and reused as energy. Our advanced cultivation technology allows for each sturgeon to be followed individually. By using ultrasound, we can harvest the roe when it's perfectly ripe. This is a major advantage which allows us to consistently produce caviar of the highest quality. The roe is formed in the female sturgeon and is protected by a layer of fat during development. Shortly before the female lays the roe, the fat is absorbed by the eggs. That is exactly when the roe is at its best. Strict hygiene control and brand new facilities divided in separate zones ensure the highest hygiene standards. The roe is processed by taking the roe sack and running it over a very fine mesh screen that separates the eggs from each other. Following that, the roe is washed in cold water before being salted. The caviar is evaluated according to the size of the eggs and their color. The color varies from different shades of grey to black, with hints of green and amber. All grains must be intact and fine. Additionally, the caviar is also judged by its oiliness, that the fat is absorbed by the grains and not located on the outside. The most important factors are scent, taste, and texture. The scent of the caviar should be clean, and the grains should pop on the palate and explode against the tongue. The flavor is clean and fresh, complex, rich and mellow. It grows as the caviar spreads in the mouth and leaves a slightly dry but pleasant sensation. The saltiness is well integrated in the caviar, and the aftertaste has a hint of the ocean, as well as being buttery and nutty. After aging 3 to 6 weeks in -2 degrees Celsius, the caviar is repacked into vacuum metal tins of 30, 50, 125, 250 and 500 gram sizes before being shipped to wholesalers and caviar lovers around the world. We strive to be seen as the epitome of true excellence, offering a taste sensation like no other to gourmands all over the world, guaranteeing that both quality and sustainability lie at the heart of all we do. Sturgeon caviar is one of the most expensive commodities in the world, in the same league as white truffles and saffron. There are many different varieties, qualities and ways of preparing the caviar. Slightly salted fresh caviar has the finest taste and is called malosol, which is Russian for lightly salted. Malosol from Karelian caviar contains only 3.5% salt. This fresh caviar has a short shelf life, but is superior in quality. Roland Persson, one of Sweden's most accomplished chefs and restaurateurs, works as quality developer for Karelian caviar. With a past as head chef at restaurant Franska Matsalen at the Grand Hotel in Stockholm, he has extensive experience in tasting and serving different kinds of caviar. One of Roland's favorite ways of serving caviar is sashimi of salmon topped with caviar. He claims that a touch of caviar instead of salt and pepper is amazing on mild, fine salmon. The combination is a perfect match that lifts the dish to new heights. And all it takes is a few grams of caviar per person.